are you, Dan?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I'm shaking
Are you
the
molting?
dust. Yeah,
You know,
molting? 2 minutes is a long time to wait. So the
Okay.
dust settles.
Okay.
We'd like to welcome Michelle Pearson. Thank you for coming to the show.
Hi.
Thank you.
And I asked earlier, I said, what's the difference between a good life seminar and an outrageously good life seminar? And you said?
Outrageously good life. That's what it
And
is.
explain that. Tell us what that's all about.
The Outrageously Good Life Seminar is presented by the Janelle Group, which is a group of affiliated business people, entrepreneurs, financiers, pastors. Let's see, who else do we have in there? International speakers that got together and decided that it was time to stop relying on government and institution to motivate the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we did is we put together a national tour of the Outrageously Good Life, and it's an inspirational, motivational event that's going to tour the country. And we're on our second stop in Branson in October.
So that's where this event is going to be, in Branson?
That's right.
Now, are the speakers going to be in Branson, or will it be a satellite feed?
No, they're live.
Okay.
We bring in, I'll get the privilege of speaking in Branson, so I'm so excited
right.
about hometown.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 other speakers coming in from Louisiana and Pennsylvania, and they're both international motivational speakers. So we're real privileged to have Dr. Clarice Fluitt and Dr. Scott Pfeiffer coming in for this particular event.
And what audience are you looking for? Are you looking for business people or just general public?
Well, what we address is the overcoming the dreadful D's. So anyone that's had death in their family, divorce, depression, disaster, any of the dreadful D's, dead-end jobs. So it may be...
That covers a lot of us, yeah.
It does, it does. And really it's to ignite that passion in them again for their purpose. So it might be the one who's looking for a startup business. It might be the family who needs to get out of debt and needs to be motivated how to do that. I speak on wellness issues, so maybe they need to overcome disease. So really it's general public, anywhere probably from about 12 or 13 years old to 85 or 90.
Now, have you done this for a while? Is this something that you...
I speak and life coach all the time, and the other 2 speakers do, but this is the second event that we've done as Janelle Group, and the second Outrageously Good Life Seminar. We had our first actually in Harrison. It was kind of a get set up, let the speakers work together in August, and it was phenomenal. And we had so much good response from this community, we decided we'd do another one in Branson before we left this area.
And then you'll tour all over the United States?
Yes, we're scheduled for a big health and wellness expo in, Indiana, Pennsylvania in April, and that's like multiplied thousands of people will be at that event. So we're really looking forward to that exposure.
Now, do you set these events up yourself? I mean, do you look for venues, or do you have someone that...
The group does.
The group does, okay.
Yeah. And myself and another lady from Branson, Sheila Art, are co-chairs for the local here. And then when we spot, we also have the speaker from Pennsylvania will head the one that's in Indiana, Pennsylvania. I know that's confusing. It's Indiana, Pennsylvania, not Indiana, the state.
Okay.
It's home of Jimmy Stewart. So that'll be the next event. So we have scout groups that go ahead and set those up.
Oh, okay.
Neat. I was going to ask you to talk about health and wellness. So that's your
That's my
forte.
field.
Yeah,
Right.
that's your field. Tell us about what you do.
What I do when I speak?
Yeah,
or?
what do you do what do you talk about when you speak? Some of the points that you cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
At this particular event, we're talking about overcoming disease and disaster, and they actually get 2 free health quizzes while they're there. I test on pH, which is the body's environment, and then in the afternoon segment, I'm going to test the participants on toxicity. How toxic are you? How chemical exposure, pesticides, things like that. So they get about $250 worth of free testing for coming to the Outrageously Good Life Seminar. And then we talk about easy, practical ways that don't cost extra money to make lifestyle changes.
For a normal person like me, if you tested me, how toxic would I be? What would you find?
Well,
Can you answer that question?
I would hope to find, if you're making good choices in what we call the 7 essentials: eat, drink, breathe, sleep, think, say, exercise, in those 7 essentials. If you're making good choices, I would expect to find about a 2 in toxicity.
Okay.
The general public is usually about a 60, and the high in the test is
boy.
40. So we
Wow.
usually, we test a group like the group that's coming to Outrageously Good Life, and most of them, about 85 to 90% of the group will be off the chart. And it's a
Wow.
real
So we're full of
eye-opener.
toxins, is what you're trying to tell us.
Most people
are.
Because
Yeah.
they don't have any exposure to how not to be.
Okay.
Right, and
Okay.
it's just a matter of education
It
most
is.
of the time.
And that really kind of gives you a scale of where you are in health-wise, right?
It does. It does. That determines your potential health risk as you age.
Now, how do you get through life day in and day out knowing that all those toxins are out there because you're the educator?
You're aware.
Yeah, you're aware of
So-
those.
Right. What I tell people is eliminate the ones that you can, and don't be afraid of the ones that you can't, because the fear factor is actually going to create a more toxic environment
Yeah.
internally than the toxins themselves. So eliminate the things.
So you're talking about stress causes toxins?
Absolutely.
Really?
It is the most detrimental toxin creator in the body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get embarked on this road of what health and wellness?
Well, 17 years ago, I married my husband, Dr. Ray Pearson, and he's been a pharmacist and a healthcare provider for 40 years. So at that time, I was probably one of those 40 or 60 on the toxic scale. And so he began to teach me these things, and at about 5 years into our marriage, we began to offer classes in this region. We've done classes for the last 12 years in the tri-state area, and about a year and a half ago, we closed the clinic in order to travel full-time. And so that's what we do full-time now, is travel and teach and blog and do audios and DVDs. And now we're speaking, or I'm speaking with the Outrageously Good Life.
So he was more or less the catalyst?
Yes, he was.
You could
And have
blame
you?
him for all
I'm
this,
sure you
right?
can see a change in yourself since
Oh my goodness,
through
yes.
this whole
Yes,
journey.
we both actually look younger than our pictures were, 17 years ago. Absolutely. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And that's
so
really
do you
what-
offer things like that here in Harrison too? I mean, since this
We
is
have
where you're,
until
you
recently,
said in
and
August
now we
you did
travel.
a whole seminar, but I didn't know if you too did your own thing here too.
We have
Okay.
in recent years, for the past 12 years, we've taught locally, and then I also do some guest teaching with Holly Gillis at the Community Resource Center, and they have a class that we do on the endocrine system on hormones, and the teachers that were just here from Forest Heights,
Yeah.
a lot of them
Yeah.
have been our class members before, and so it was good to see them and see them doing good. So.
Cool.
Good, wonderful.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, if you know, well, obviously it's education. If you know what causes things, or if you know how to make yourself better, then you're more than willing to do it.
We find that.
Promote a healthy lifestyle.
It is. And you make the choices simple. We say get away from the all or nothing. Just do what you can do and keep doing a little more every year.
Right.
Okay.
And now, tell us the times, dates of this seminar.
It is Saturday, October 15th, and it's from 9 till 4:30. And they can register online at outrageouslygoodlife.com.
Okay.
Or our local number. We're handling registration locally, and that's 870-688-5195.
Now, is there a cutoff as far as when someone should register by?
Yes, we have an early bird discount right now. In fact, they can even come up to Branson and spend a weekend. We have the Hilton has blessed us with fabulous rates up there. I mean, it's like $100 off per night.
Wonderful.
And so they can come up. But our registration fee, the deadline for the early bird is October 1st. It goes up
Okay.
$10. It's $39 right now. It's $49 after. But if they wait to the last minute, we still want to have them, but it's $59.
Okay.
And how long during the day is that?
The meeting,
The event, yeah.
it'll go
9
from 9 to 4:30.
9 to 4:30, okay.
And they'll have a good
Okay.
hour and 15-minute lunch break. We'll have, coffee, tea, refreshments.
Now, will it take place at the Hilton?
Yes, it's
Okay.
at the Hilton Convention Center at the Branson Landing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Michelle, thanks for being here.
thank you very
Well,
much.
thank
It's a pleasure
you.
to
Before
meet
it goes,
you.
going to ask you, you talk about stress being an internal thing. Is where you live? I know you live in
Is it
Harrison. Is that an
environmentally, is that-
environmental thing too?
It is environmental and mental. It is. We are really fortunate in the Ozarks to have a low stress meter here. Our economic system and the status here is not as critical as it is in some of the larger urban areas. So overall, we find that the people here and in smaller communities, they tend to have less chemical toxicity and less stress on the body than some of the more
Thank
urban.
goodness for
Yeah.
that.
Yes, we're happy.
We're blessed
That's
there.
why this is our home base.
All right. One more time, the event date and time.
October 15th from 9 to 4:30 at the Hilton Branson Landing.
All right.
Okay.
And for more information,
Thank you.
there's information right there on the screen. You can
And you have
call
till
Michelle.
have till Saturday to get your early bird
That's
fee
right.
in. So.
Want to see you there.
Thank you
All
for
right.
being here.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
We're going to
Pleasure
talk
to
with,
meet you.
well,
Thank
actually,
you.
we'll take a break first, and then we'll talk with Vivi Allen about things that are happening at the Ozark Arts Council. Stay with us.
Awesome.